Hey guys, it's Jeff. Hope you're all doing real well today. Um, Here's what we did yesterday. It's set up real well. Fairly sturdy little structure now, but still pretty fragile. Anyway, this is going to be part 10 of the Werk 8.8 centimeter off 9T VOMAG 1/35 scale. Well, that's a mouthful. I wanted to start working on the back of the vehicle today, getting some of the bigger structures done, working on the storage compartments and things. We'll go back later and we'll put in all the little bitty tiny little clips and bits and pieces, but I want to get the biggest structures pretty much lined up. Let's go look at the directions real quick, okay? Thanks. Okay, the parts in green have been already attached to the model. The parts in yellow are clipped off and trimmed, but not yet attached. We did these side pieces yesterday, and see the wheels we did earlier. We did the dash and the firewall and the floorboards, and oh, that should be green also. Fix that. We attach that and save it. Okay, we got all kinds of little bitty pieces we need to add still, but I want to get the big structures, the biggest parts kind of together. We've got the back of the cab clipped out, but it's not installed. So anyway, I did this in part 15 at the very beginning as kind of a jig for lining up the frame. So that's done, or at least majority of it is done. Okay, I cut these parts out at the beginning thinking they would probably help in alignment, but they really don't. But I've got them all clipped out. I'm going to go ahead and put these together. If you see Nigel's video, Nigel's modeling bench, he put this part together already too. I also want to work on the ammo storage. I've got these parts clipped out. And I've also clipped out the sides just to kind of start figuring out how this is all going to put together. So I've got these two pieces to add to the side, and then on this side here, then we can kind of start seeing how the structure goes together. Later I'll add all these little storage drawers and that kind of stuff to it. But for right now, I'm just trying to get the big pieces kind of together. Okay, and we still have lots to do, and that's not even, we haven't even got toward to the gun yet. We don't start working on the gun until step 28. Anyway, let's go to the bench and I'll show you kind of what I've got going on today. Okay, here's the cab. This is the part that I built up to help get the frame in alignment. We've got the engine, the exhaust, and the hood, and the tires, and all that stuff. This is the cabinet that goes underneath the ammo storage. Okay, and it'll go right here. Then I've got the two side pieces with a cabinet and some inner fender parts here, and this is the ammo storage here. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get some of this stuff put together today. Okay, I'll switch over to the close-up camera. Okay, here's the one little storage boxes that'll go back here, and then this is an inner fender. We'll go to the back here. First though, I did a little test fitting. I do a lot of test fitting. Eventually this part on the back and this will be one structure. There's a little ridge there, and this will actually be glued right here. Let's see if I can go back a little bit. Trying to make it to where you guys can see it. So this will actually be glued right here to make this all one structure eventually. I'm not doing that quite yet because I've got a lot of other things to do first. But this will sit just about right there, if you can see that in the top of the picture there. Okay. So let's go ahead and glue. Let's get some stuff going here. There's a slight ridge around the back of the inside of this that this fits over. Just like that, and kind of locks it in. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and put it. I want to try and real careful I don't get glue coming under my fingers. Okay. That should be good. Now there's one end of this is beveled, if you can see that or not, and one end is square. So it's going to go with the beveled end up right in here, just like that. Okay. Kind of made a mess there with my glue, didn't I? At least it's on the inside. Okay, that's going to go just like that. I see I've got a few little ejector pin marks on the inside and things, but nobody's ever going to see that. Okay, so that's the little bit of detail we've got there. Let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. The box just fits just over the, I'm not sure if the box is the same size. No, it's definitely not. Taller than it is wide. Okay. I just got confirmation that my 3D printer had been shipped from Kentucky. So I should have it in just a few days. I'm really anxious to start playing with it. Okay. Then this same way. Top is beveled, so it's set right there. Okay, just leave those alone for a little while. We'll let those dry. Then we've got this base. This will go, this has got storage in it, but it'll go underneath the ammo storage. Okay, it's got a couple of angled parts that'll go under here. I'm going to have to look and make sure I put them on the right way around. Not real sure. Let me look at the instructions real quick. Where are we at here? Okay. They go with the, and they are handed, it looks like. They'll go with the narrow end this way. Go on this direction. Okay. got a little straight edge here. Just double check. Make sure we're sitting straight across. It all looks good to me. Okay, on here we've got a recess that this will go in, like this. Sorry. I'm trying to make it to where you can see what I'm doing. Go like this. Okay. Try real hard to keep the glue where I want it. I'll get these edges and then I'll come back and glue the center from the inside. Well, I can put a little across there. Really has a very, very tiny connection point. Very tiny. Okay. Then I'll run just a little bit of glue right here. I notice this part is just a little bit, just a tiny bit narrow. That should be okay. Okay. Then we've got 4 uprights that go in here, and they should line up with the outsides of the doors for the cabinets. Okay. Probably gonna need my tweezers on these. Let's see here. Down. I don't think they're different front to back, although they might be. No, they're just tight. I'm going to need to barely sand the edge of that to get it to fit in. Sometimes when the plastic is molded, it kind of spreads a little bit. There we go. Just like a glove. And I'll make sure that it's square to that cabinet door too. Okay. Might as well sand this before we even try it. Just take a little bit of a bevel. There we go. Line it up with the front of the cabinet door. Okay, that way when you look inside, it looks centered. There we go. Okay. All looks really good. Okay. Oops. Okay, all lines up with the cabinets. This piece here is ever so slightly narrower. I'm just kind of centering it. Anyway, this will go next. It just goes here. Just like that. And then we'll glue the inside. Okay, that's got that. This tab here will align with this groove here, up this way, to center that all up. So that's how that's going to go together. So that's what you're going to see. Okay, something along those lines. I'm not going to attach these two together quite yet, but we can get this built up. Okay, and then this little box here will sit back here somewhere, and this will be, I'm not sure just where the spare sits down here. I think the spare sits here. Anyway, let's go ahead and work on this now. Now I was, for a change, I was observant. Oh, one other thing before I get too far. This is the outside of the ammo storage that you'll see if you have the cabinets open. Okay, and there's like 6, well, yeah, 3 and 3, and then some little bitty ejector pins. I could put a picture up and show you, like the before and after, but on this face here, there's lots of, they're very shallow, and I was able to just sand them all out. There are some really tiny ones in between here that I don't know. I don't really think I can do much with them, and if you got some shells in there, I don't think you'd see them anyway. But anyway, something to look at. Okay, we've got this to go in the back, and this fits better one way than the other. Has to do, I think, with the draft of the plastic part. So flip it around until it fits in there well. This way it fits really well. This way it's tight on one end and loose on the other. So anyway, get that in there. Just put a little glue here right now to hold it. See if that's okay. Make sure this is flush on both sides. Okay, and make sure it's flush across the top, which it is. Okay, now, one thing I noticed, I don't know if you can see it, there's a narrow and there's a wide. Okay, the wide goes toward the front of the vehicle. I got one of Jordan's hairs on there. So it's also got these little eyebrows over the top, so those go up. So you got to make sure that you put the wide part to the front and the eyebrows to the top. And then when it comes to these, which do have a few small ejector pins on them, I don't think you'll ever see those. You got to do wide to the front and the wide to the top. It'll go in like this. Okay. If you don't, then the shells won't fit. There we, well, they just barely sit in there. There we go. Maybe we go. Okay. I wanted to get a side view so you could see. So that goes like that. And then this goes like this. Okay. So if you put them in like that, all the holes line up. Okay. If you put them in any other way, then when you put the shells in, the shells won't fit. So make sure you do it that way. So on this side it'll be like this. And it'll be like this. Okay, let's go ahead and get these glued in. Much glue there. I imagine the inside of this cabinet's painted white, or maybe possibly a cream color or something, but probably white. Okay, and this will go like this, wide to the top. And to the front. It's like this. Okay. Now when I look in there, all the holes line up. If you reverse anything, then the holes won't line up. Okay, so this will be like this. Okay. Double check. There goes my furnace. It's hard to tell. The spacing between here and the holes is slightly wider than here to the holes, and that goes to the front. Make sure those are glued in. Nice and solid. Okay, and then the same thing here. It goes in this way. The little eyebrows to the top and the widest part to the front. Any other way and your shells won't fit. Okay. And they all line up just fine. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I guess I should have clipped the shell off and just shoved it in there just to show you. That's okay. Okay. This, I'm not going to assemble them quite yet. This will go like this, and then this will go something like this. I'm not real sure yet just how it'll all go together. This needs to go to the front somewhat. It must go under. Okay, there we go. That's how it goes. That'll set in there. Okay, that's good. And that'll set in there. Well, I think I could go ahead and put some glue on that. I wasn't real sure it was going to go together that easy. Okay. It's a happy little surprise. There are some little, the part doesn't fit extremely tight right there. I may put a little filler in there just to make it a little bit better. See, that hasn't been glued down yet, which won't hurt anything. I'll get it glued down in a while. Just want to get the main body of it in place. Okay. I'm just seeing where all the glue points are. I was afraid that was going to be a real issue with, you know, sanding and everything to get the parts all to line up. Doesn't look too bad. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this on. With some luck. Just like that. Giving the glue a chance to set. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. I don't have the ammo storage part glued in there yet, which is fine for what I want. This will actually sit here. Just about like that. It comes forward just a little bit. There we go. That is a that's a lot of ammo storage. Okay, guys, I want to let this stuff dry really well, so I think I'm going to call it good for today. We got quite a bit accomplished, I think, and we'll get some more going tomorrow. Okay, I'll post a couple of pictures at the end like I usually do. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.